Oui.
Bonjour. Bonjour, Year 6. C'est moi, Mr Kille. It's me, Mr Kille again, de Sound Advice Education. J'espère bien que vous avez passé un très bon week-end. Well, that means I hope that you've had a very good weekend. I certainly did. And it's a beautiful sunny day today, so I would have thought, Year 6, that one or two of your lessons might be outside today. So if you're following me live from, I don't know, an outside pop-up marquee, I know someone who's got one of them, honestly, that might be. If you're following me from that, or if you're following me from your classroom in your bubble, or if you're one of those Year 6s that's still at home and you're here today, I hope very much that you are doing well today, and we are ready for another half hour or so of French avec moi, Français avec Monsieur Kille. Très bien. And this is school lesson 4. School lesson 4. In fact, I just realized I put lesson 4 up. Actually, it's lesson 3. That's lesson 3 is because we had that problem 2 weeks ago, didn't we, with the webcam, but never mind. So I put lesson 4 up. It is the 4th one that I've actually done. It's actually the 3rd one that you've seen. So apologies once again for 2 weeks ago. Right. Now, I thought today we would revise numbers to 100. You're probably wondering, okay, what's that got to do with school? Okay. Now, I'm going to explain what that's going to have to do with school after we've actually gone through them. Right? So now, we can count to 20 very easily, can't we? Let's just do that together. Either do that with me or repeat them after me. So we're going to count to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Excellent. Très bien. And just remember that 21 is 21. 20 and 1. Now, I'm not going to spell those for you, those 1 to 20. A, because we should know them, and even if we don't, as long as we know how to say them, that's, I would say at this stage, probably even more important. And to understand them as well. If someone said 17, you would know that it was 17. If someone said 14, you would know that it was, what is it? 14. Okay? 14, 17, 18, 19, 20. Excellent. Très bien. So 21 is 21. And remember that continues. 31, 41, 51, 61. There's all this et un business. Et un, and 1. But when it's 2, it's 22. It's just 22. 22. Not 20 et 2, but just 22. Okay? Right then, let's have a look at the multiples. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. We will spell 20, because that does count. 20. How do you spell it? It sounds like 20. You didn't come to school in a lorry. You did indeed. You came in a 20. Excellent. V-I-N-G-T. That is 20. Good. 30 then will be 30. 30. I'm sure you know this. 30, which is like the River Trent, which goes through Newark and Nottingham and various other places in Nottinghamshire and other counties as well, including Staffordshire, county of my wife's birth. Stoke-on-Trent. It's the same river at that end on the west side that it is here on the east. 30. But it's spelled slightly differently. Number 30, T-R-E-N-T-E. 30. 30. So it's like Trent with an E at the end. But you don't pronounce the E. You just pronounce the T. 30. Excellent. What's 40 then, Year 6s? And grown-ups too. Can't forget you, of course. What's number 40? That will be 40. 40. Q-U-A-R-A-N-T-E. 40. Q-U-A-R-A-N-T-E. 40. A lot of them ends with this ant. Now, if you wanted to say 31 or 41, 31, 41. That's the and 1 thing again. But 32 and 42, 32, 42. 32, 42. Excellent. Do you understand? So it's not you don't need the A with any of the other numbers apart from 1, 41, 31. 50. What's that 50? 50 in French, Year 6 is 50. Number 5 in French is 5, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you just fit a U-A-N-T-E at the end. 50. C-I-N-Q-U-A-N-T-E. 50. Très bien. 50. Now then, this is when it starts. And by the way, well, yes, 51 is the same as before. 51, 50 and 1. But 52, 52. How do you spell E, by the way? E. E-T, isn't it? Okay, E-T. 50 hyphen E hyphen 1. That's how they do it. 50 and 1. Right, 60. This is where it starts to get a little bit more complex, particularly when it gets to 70, 80, 90. So check these out. 60. Well done. I knew one guy in year 6, very good in maths, and he knew his numbers. I'm so tempted to mention your name, but I'm not going to because I don't want to embarrass you. And but you're just a top bloke, along with all your friends in that particular school and the other school I taught at as well. Okay, Soixante, Soixante. Whenever I wanted a number, I could always rely on you, couldn't I? If you're watching this morning. Soixante, Soixante. And again, with 61, soixante et un. Soixante et un. Excellent. 60 and 1, but 62 would be soixante-deux. D-E-U-X. Soixante hyphen deux. Okay, and it's all the others. A lot of the numbers like 33, 48, they'll all be split up with hyphens, with dashes. Okay, so when you want to do like one with like that, you just put 40 or whatever it is, the 60, then a hyphen, and then the 2. 60 and 1, soixante hyphen et, et hyphen un. 2 dashes there. Now, 70. Now, this is where it gets a little bit more complicated because the French do have a word for 70, okay, but it's only used in Belgium and Switzerland, okay? It's only used in Belgium and Switzerland. Now, I was always taught, I suppose what people might call classic French, French that they speak in France. And the French that they speak in France, they don't use that number 70. What they say instead is 60-10. 60-10. So I think we're going to learn that. I know it's harder than the Belgian Swiss word, but we're going to use it anyway because we're clever and we can do that. It's 60. So what's 60? I've just told you that one. 60 is soixante. And then 10, easy, is dix, D-I-X. So it's soixante, S-O-I-X-A-N-T-E, and then a hyphen, a dash, and then dix, D-I-X. Soixante, dix, 70. All right, brilliant. 80 then. Now, this is even more complicated. Why do the French have to be so complicated with their numbers? You know, I know people, and it really isn't a problem, this. I know people in year 11. I even know grown-ups who really struggle with their French numbers just because they're difficult. I'm afraid they are, ladies and gentlemen, and we can't have we can't have two ways about it. They just are difficult. We just got to learn them off by heart. Now, before I get to 80, I've just realised I didn't show you what 71 was and 72. Now, it's, you know that 60-10 is 70, soixante-dix. So what would 71 be? It's 60 and 11. 60 and 11. Soixante et onze. 60 and 11. Soixante et onze. But what would 72 be? Soixante-douze. 60-12. Not 60 and 12, but soixante-douze. 65 would be 60-15. Soixante, what's the French for 15? What does Coca-Cola come in? And don't say bottles. What does Coca-Cola come in? Cans. Soixante quinze. Q-U-I-N-Z-E. Soixante-douze. D-O-U-Z-E. Okay? So it's just 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All the way up to 79. Soixante-dix-neuf. 60-19. Soixante hyphen dix hyphen neuf. N-E-U-F. Really, really tough, isn't it? Soixante-dix-neuf. I know I'm rushing through these because I'm aware that I've got a lot to get through. But if you are struggling, you're thinking to yourself, hang on, Mr. Kille, please, I'm trying to get these down. Or I'm just trying to get my head around these. Please slow down, right? I'm sorry about that. But listen, you can go back through this lesson again. Okay, it's called French. Just go onto YouTube, French with Mr. Kille, search for that, and then go on to French lesson year 6, school lesson 4. French lesson year 6, school lesson 4. And all of these numbers, these high numbers, which I have spelt for you, will be spelt for you again. Will be spelt for you. You know, you'll be able to hear them again anyway, right? 80 then. Now, the way they say 80, we need out, who knows their 20 times table? Year 6, I would hope most of you do. I know you got away with SATs this year, year 6. I don't know if they ask you your 20 times table in SATs, but 4 20s are 80, aren't they? 20, 40, 60, 80. And the way they say 80 in French is 4 20s. 4, 20. 80. Q-U-A-T-R-E. There's your 4, 4, then a hyphen, and then 20. V-I-N-G-T. Sometimes they put an S at the end, but I don't think you've got to. V-I-N-G-T. 80. 80. 80. And 81, now, you might think it would be 81, but it's not. It's 81. So this is the only one, actually, that doesn't have the and before the 1. 61, 71, 41, they always have the E-T before it. But 81 is 81. Okay, not 81. And then it goes 82, 83, 84, all the way through to 89. So 90 is 80-10. So it's 4 20s, 10. How could they get even more complicated? They just have done the French. How do they manage that? Maybe it's just because they're French. 80, that's 80. And what's 10? 10. 10. So 4 hyphen 20 hyphen 10. Yeah? Q-U-A-T-R-E hyphen 20, V-I-N-G-T hyphen again 10, D-I-X. And then I've just told you a lie. I just realised I've told you a lie because I said 81 was the only one that didn't have the E. That's wrong because 91 doesn't either. It's not 91, it's 91. 4 20s, 11. 80, 11. 91, 92, 93, 93 now. That's 80, 13. 94. Get your tongue around that. 94, 80, 14. 94. 95, 95. What would 96 be? 96. So many people get this wrong. S-E-I-Z-E. 96. And then 97, 80, 17. 97, 98, 98. 99 is 99. And you know what? Once we get up to 99, I think the French really, I think they feel sorry for us all. So they think, you know what? We're going to give them a really easy word for 100 because, you know, 99, 99. I mean, who can get any harder than that? So they're giving us a nice, easy word. And what they've done is just the word cent. And it looks like the word cent, as in dollars and cents, euros and cents. C-E-N-T. C-E-N-T is 100. Cent. Okay? Now, that's a lesson in itself, really, numbers, isn't it? But year 6, I know that we've done them before this year. At both schools I taught them at, and at any other school. If you haven't done French numbers that you're watching this morning, you're thinking, hang on a moment, goodness me, this French sounds a bit hard. I'm not sure if we're going to have this. Obviously, if I'm going to be there next year, exciting that 1 or 2 places next year sorted. It'd be really nice to do those higher numbers with you guys too, and we'll get some lower ones down too, and we'll be up to speed in no time, I'm sure. Okay, awesome. Right, so we've done from 1 all the way up to 100. Now, here's the answer to your burning question of the day, year 6. What on earth has that got to do with school, apart from maybe a bit of maths? Are we going to do maths in French today? No, we're not. Although once you've done 4 20s and 19, making 99, it feels like a maths lesson, doesn't it? But no, it's not. What it is because when you get up to secondary school, and you might even have this in your primary school, you might have different lessons in different rooms. Okay, now at the moment, most of you will have the same room for most of your lessons. Okay, particularly now with the sort of the bubbles that you're in and things like that. Unless you're outdoors, which I know that some of you are, if you're in a classroom, the likelihood is it's going to be in the same one all the time. You're not allowed really to move outside your area at the moment, are you? But in secondary school, they have different rooms. And the secondary school I worked at had rooms all the way from, well, number 1, number 2, all the way up to well into the 80s. And there was one or two in the 90s as well. Don't think we had any in the hundreds. Okay. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to say something like, I have English in room 68. I have French in room 59. Because actually, I'm going to say room 59 because that was my room number when I was at secondary school for the last few years. And the other one before that, I'll share with you later. But the last few years at school I was at in Newark, my room number was 59 in what's called the new block, Cartwright, I think it's now called, I think. All right, so 59, 59. Now, I'm going to give you some French, some sentences. And all you've got to do is to work out what lesson I've got and what room it is. what lesson I've got and what room it is. And I don't just want you to sit there, I want you to say them after me as well. So repeat it, okay, after me. I'll do it bit by bit. And then I'm going to give you a few seconds to either think about it or discuss with someone else in your little group. What do you think it means? So what does this mean? Here we go. Repeat this after me, word by word, please. J'ai français en salle 59. I'll say that again. J'ai français en salle 59. Okay, so what does that mean? J'ai français en salle 59. What do you think I've said there? Work it out in English. What do you think I might have been on about? You might be saying something like, oh, I think français might be French. Salle, I don't know the word salle. I could possibly guess that. 59, oh, that's a number. It is. J'ai, J apostrophe A-I. J'ai, now we've done this a lot. When you say j'ai un chien, I have a dog. So j'ai, okay, j'ai means I have, right? We're not doing dogs today, but I just thought I'd show you that because that's sometimes the first time we use that word. When we start learning French, we talk about pets that we've got, and we learn that word j'ai when we say things like I have a dog, I have a hamster. J'ai, J apostrophe A-I. So j'ai, and then what's the subject? It's français, French. J'ai français. This word en, E-N, this means in. You could say dans as well, D-A-N-S, but normally they would just say en, E-N, which means in. So I have French in salle, S-A-L-L-E. S-A-L-L-E. That is a room. Simply French for a room. Okay, I have French in room 59. It's the one that I mentioned from my secondary school. 59 was 59. So it means I have French in room 59. Okay, I have French in room 59. There are all sorts of topics coming together, aren't they? Here we've got numbers. We can use numbers in so many different topics. Okay, we've got school subjects, and we've got new words coming in as well. Salle, S-A-L-L-E, and we're relearning that j'ai, I have. It's such an important phrase, a real basic phrase in French. J apostrophe A-I, I have. Good. What does this one mean? Have a listen to this one, please. J'ai espagnol en salle 79. Well, that's a tough number. That's a tough number. Right, I'm going to say it again. Say it with me, please. Say it after me. Say each bit after me. J'ai espagnol en salle 79. Now, what does j'ai mean? I've just told you. We've been through it, haven't we, at length in the last one. I have j'ai. Español, that's easy. Español, the old flamencos. Español, Spanish. Yes. J'ai español, I have Spanish. En, in, E-N, don't forget that. Salle, S-A-L-L-E, I have Spanish in room. Now, 79, what on earth is that? Congratulations, if you've worked out that it's 79. 79. Soixante is S-O-I-X-A-N-T-E, soixante, hyphen, 60, 60, 19, 60, 19, 60 plus 19 is 79. 79, D-I-X, then another hyphen, N-E-U-F. J'ai espagnol en salle 79. And why did I choose room 79? Well, before we moved buildings at Miles Secondary School, I was in a different block right at the end of a very quiet road, and it's still part of the same school. It's still there now, actually. And I was in room 79. Room 79. So before I moved to 59, I was in a harder room number in French. Salle 79, room 79. Brilliant. I have Spanish in room 79. Let's do another one. Now, let's pick another subject, one that I don't teach this time. J'ai histoire dans la salle 48. Okay, say it with me, one word at a time. J'ai histoire en salle 48. A bit of a teaser. What does that mean? I'll give you a few seconds. What do you think that means? Right, j'ai. I have. I'm not even going to go through that spelling because we really should know that in our sleep. Histoire. Histoire. J'ai histoire. I have history. In salle, S-A-L-L-E, room. I have history in room. Now, 48. Now then, 40, Q-U-A-R-A-N-T-E. Well done. If you've got 40, that's not all of it. 40, huit, H-U-I-T, 48. Well done. I have history in room 48. Okay, en salle 48. Excellent, super. So now then, I'm going to throw another one in now. And I mean, it is easy, this one. Let's just check the time. 10:22, brilliant. I'll do one more example and then I'll show you what your challenge is. Okay, one more example then is this. J'ai EPS dans le gymnase. In fact, that's it, isn't it? J'ai EPS dans le gymnase. Now, what does that mean? There's no numbers there. Hang on a moment. We've been in numbers all lesson, Mr. Kille. What's happened to your numbers? Have you forgotten them? No, I haven't. Because this is a specific room. J'ai EPS, I have. Now, EPS, what's that one? It was the one that in the first week of term, I was jogging up and down on the spot. PE, I have PE. Dans, now this word dans means in, D-A-N-S. It's another word for in. They just use it when they're talking about specific rooms. Dans, le, in the, gymnase, G-Y-M-N-A-S-E. It looks like our English word gymnasium, in the gym. I have PE in the gym. Yeah, I have PE in the gym. And sometimes, of course, we don't have room numbers. We just say, oh, that's the gym, that's the canteen, that's the staff room. Now, on the remote lesson that I've given you this week, I've given you 4 or 5 schoolrooms, and I gave you them. Now, go through them again. I actually did say that I would spell them for you today. I'm really sorry. I think I'm going to run out of time. I don't really want to give you any more spellings because I will. Because we're running out of time and we've had lots of spelling to do. We have lots of words with numbers, and then we've linked them up with school subjects. So we've done quite a lot. But I will do that next week. So apologies. I'll give you a bit of duck information on the learning, that the remote learning. I will do them next week. I'll spell them out. But I have given you phrases for like the history room, the canteen, the gym. I've given you those on the remote lesson, so you can listen to them if you want. Just click on the remote learning, go on year 6 and click on the French one, and it's there for you. Okay, right, now here's your challenge. I want you to have a go at writing some sentences about what you have. Now you're going to have to make it up because obviously all your lessons at the moment pretty much are in the same room or outside. But imagine you're in year 7, and that, believe you me, it's not that long. I think Mr Johnson, our lovely Prime Minister, apparently said that it was everyone's back in September, and we're going to have groups up to 30 again. So it does sound like we are going to be back in some shape or form in our new schools in September, whether that be, well, whatever school you're going to in September, all the best for that. But you, imagine you'd be there, and I want you to say things like, I have French in room 21. I have maths in room 37, or something like that. Have a go at doing that numbers. Have a go at spelling those numbers out. Now, go back. I've given you 4 examples. Okay, check those examples out, listen to them, all right? And then have a go at writing 1 or even 2, or maybe even 3 of them down. Well, what you've got and what room number it is in, okay? Brilliant. And send them, please, to learning@soundadviceeducation.co.uk. In fact, I was on the website the other night. There's actually a send mail link. You don't even have to type that in, because just go on the send mail link and it puts you automatically through to that. So you don't even have to type it in. Just go to the Sound Advice website, click on the send mail link, and there you go. You've got an email open in your inbox to send, in your outbox to send already. Just send those with you. Right, lovely. There is our lesson for today. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope there aren't too many high and annoying numbers there for you. And if they are, well, je suis désolé. I am sorry. Right. I will see you next Monday, and there'll be another remote lesson coming up for next week. There's also your Mr. Banahan. He'll be around this week with his ukulele. We've got singing with Jackie. We've got guitar with Jimbo, and loads of individual tuition music lessons as well. Enjoy your week. Bonne semaine. Au revoir.